Honestly, really happy for the guys. It's a heck of an achievement. The league was really good this year. There was no gimmies. There was a lot of battles, and they stayed the course and won a lot of big games. And I'm really happy for them. And now it's on to the next season. 100%. And it starts with just our what we called our defensive standard. I mean, if we could bring it every day and defend, we were going to give ourselves a chance. And there was games early in the year where we defended at a good level and relied on Marcus to get us there. And as the season wore on, I mean, there was a stretch there where Ty was really doing a lot of it. Then we didn't have Ty, and then Marcus had a couple weeks there where he really couldn't buy a basket. And you know what? The whole time we defended. I think if you're going by defensive rating per 100 possessions, I think we have the best defense in the region, and we really lived with that and just competing and toughness and found a way to score enough points. Guys bought into the team first. I mean, Dawson is as good a center as there is in the league at your ball screen coverages and whatnot. And then, I mean, Josh and Nate, there's games where they didn't take a shot. They just come out and guard, move the ball, and obviously they've had some games where they've helped us on that end. And obviously Gabe Smith has just really come into that too. So, I mean, you have – I highly doubt we'll get four guys on the defensive team, but we got four really, really good defenders in our starting lineup right there that allow a ton of versatility. We can switch with them. They can guard multiple positions, and they just bring it all the time. And other guys do as well, but really guarding is where it starts. I mean, he's always played hard. He's always worked hard, and obviously the more minutes he gets, the more confidence he grows. And I mean, to watch what he's done at the free throw line, and obviously even Parkside, he hit those 2 threes to kind of take the lid off at the start of the second half. That's just a testament. I mean, he busts his butt every day in practice, and he's in the gym as much as anybody on his own. So it's happy to see guys like that get rewarded. I mean, it's awesome. He's such a weapon and such a good player. And it was the Monday before we went down last week, and we just had practice, and like Marcus wasn't in, and some other guys were resting a little bit, and he was just spectacular, and I felt like he was back. And then to go down there, and I mean, Purdue makes that run, they cut it to 3, and Ty just, I mean, it's not like they're easy threes, just 2 tough threes that kind of got the separation that put the game away. And the future's bright for him, and it's awesome. And honestly, you try to look for blessings. I mean, it sucks that he had mono, but that month out, I mean, he's kind of refreshed. The grind that usually wears freshmen down, I mean, he kind of took a month off and missed a couple of road trips, and I feel like we're getting a fresher, really good version of Ty right now. Oh, I mean, it's awesome, and we're spaced out. I mean, some of those sophomores are coming around, and Grant Warren is going to be really good. I mean, I look at that freshman class with Grant, Gabe, and Ty. I mean, I think the ceiling's really, really high for those guys. I mean, he's worn his body down. I mean, those days after the games, he can barely move around. But no, and it was good to see him. I mean, it's been about a month since I know he hit a big shot, 2 big shots down the stretch against Northern, but that was his most efficient trip in a while. And the 24-point second half against Parkside was kind of the first time we've seen that version of Marcus get going. And I mean, it's probably been close to a month since we've really seen that. But that's also a testament to the rest of our team that we've been very successful, and with him not really being at that level. So having both is kind of what we're looking for down the stretch here. I mean, it should be just a huge confidence boost. I mean, shooting in the Wood Gym is we played well in there all year, and I think we're going to make shots in there, and we should be comfortable there, and excited for the opportunity to get to play in front of the fans and the band and the community again. And obviously it's going to be a challenge. You want to be the 1 seed, but the 1 seed hasn't had very much success. I think they've lost 4 of the last 5 years, or 5 of the last 6 years in the first round. So hopefully we can be locked in and change that part of history a little bit. Roosevelt can put you, I mean, they got some guys that can really play one-on-one. I mean, they're going to put you in space, and if they're hitting their threes on a given day, they can beat anybody. I mean, they're They're quick, they're talented. They got some good one-on-one players on the perimeter. We need to make sure our help's in the right spots and communicate and have our team defense on point, so that we're not playing one-on-one the whole game, that they have to play against a set defense and see help and force them into pretty tough shots. We've been able to kind of play inside-out basketball, get in the paint and move it, and we have a size advantage there. Down there, when we put Gabe in the starting lineup, it really opened up some switching opportunities against a lot of their ghosting and ball screens and things like that. The versatility really helped us there. I mean, up here, we were down at half in that game, and we just made some shots in our gym. I don't know that we played all that much better than when we were in our gym. I thought we played pretty well down there, and hopefully we can build on that. 100%. And that's, we're just talking about not so many teams. It's not that you go out and win the game. It's you beat yourselves or whatever. And we've just been talking a lot. Let's just make sure that if we lose, they have to come in here and earn it and beat us. And that comes with the effort and the defense and the competitiveness and the execution and the sharing of the ball. And our guys have been pretty good at that. And that's the mentality you have to have in the tournament, because every game can be your last. So I think the most rewarding part is the guys that have been through the struggle of the last couple of years with us. I think we've really rounded in the form and been a pretty good team at the end of the last two seasons, but for kind of to make that jump and get a championship kind of that quickly is really special. And the most rewarding part is just the guys that kept believing that we were on the right path, and to see them rewarded is really cool. Yeah. You have to play to win the game, but I do think our depth has been a strength. But I think when you're coaching in a tournament setting, you can't think about the next one. We had that a little bit at Parkside the last 6-7 minutes. I don't think we subbed. It felt like that was the best lineup there, and we just rolled it to the end. And that was in terms of trying to win a outright championship. And it's got to be the same way, obviously, I think, in the first halves. And that part of the game, you're going to kind of stick with the rotation that has worked all year. But when you get to that last 10 minutes of these games, you just got to do whatever you feel like is gives you the best opportunity to win, whether that's continuing to sub or rolling with the five that you feel like are going to give you the best chance.